Homelessness is causing concern in Wisconsin. The state ranks 5th nationally in terms of the increase of homeless people in the past 8 years.
Now that's according to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The city of La Crosse is also seeing an increase. In tonight's News 8 Investigates report, Lisa Klein tells us how the mayor says he needs help from surrounding communities to solve the problem of homelessness in La Crosse.
Well, every year for the past 3 years, approximately 1,300 homeless people receive services in Crosse County. Some of them are living on the streets. And according to CooleyCap, an organization that serves low-income people in Crawford, Monroe, Vernon, and La Crosse counties, the homeless population is rising. Tonight, I'll show you what resources are available to the homeless and how they are concentrated in one city.
The quiet streets of La Crosse are a place for some people to rest their heads when the sun goes down.
This time of the year they're camping, whether it's up on the mobile oil property or off the marsh trails or in the parks. I mean, that's what they're doing.
Homelessness continues to grow in our communities.
We only have so many units of emergency shelter beds. We only have so many units of supportive housing, and that hasn't really increased over the years. But where we have seen it increased is our unsheltered populations.
Twice a year, CooleyCap does what is called a point-in-time count. This is video from a recent count which took place on the streets of La Crosse. These counts are a snapshot of a single day. They show the total number of homeless people living in shelters and on the streets combined. You can see in January of 2015, La Crosse County had the largest number of homeless people, with veterans in Monroe County also showing large numbers. The number increased in January of 2016 because in part, the number of people living on the streets is on the rise because shelters are full.
That is probably the worst place for us to see our increases. Shows that we have a real problem with people not getting what they need in our communities. You know that there's more people out there that we cannot locate.
Resources are slim in some counties. Crawford, Monroe, and Vernon counties all have one emergency shelter program. La Crosse County has 4. And if you look deeper into where the resources are available in La Crosse County, you'll notice they are all located in the city of La Crosse.
Well, of course, La Crosse has more services here. It's a bigger community. The population center is bigger than any of the rural counties, and there are more resources here as a result.
But with homelessness rising, La Crosse's mayor wants to make sure his city isn't the only one providing services to this population.
I think there's a lot of complacency on the part of the larger region that does see an issue like that and just say, well, that's the city of La Crosse's to take care of, when it's not. I mean, it's, again, all of our neighbors.
And even though the majority of resources are located in La Crosse, CooleyCap says the homeless are not being intentionally diverted from other counties to the city.
When we look at the numbers served in our local shelters, an overwhelming number of people who are served in the shelters are actually coming from zip codes in La Crosse County.
But there are cases where people from outside of the county are sent to La Crosse.
Now, that being said, are we able to serve every single person that's in that county that maybe needs longer-term shelter? No. Is the Salvation Army presented as an option to them? Yes.
In the first 6 months of 2016, the Salvation Army served 406 people in their emergency shelter. 63% of them were from La Crosse County. 6% were from Monroe County, 1% was from Vernon County, and less than 1% was from Crawford County. 29% of the people served were from other parts of Wisconsin and across the United States.
We have shelters here that we don't have in the rural counties because, shelters are very expensive to operate, and to operate them for 1 or 2 people at a time is just not financially, feasible.
But the mayor of La Crosse is hoping the surrounding communities will take a more comprehensive approach to the homeless issue as the population continues to grow.
When you're concentrating, whether it's income levels or poverty issues or any of those things that go along with that, when you're concentrating that in 1 or 2 areas, I think that that's a problem. In my mind, if there are homeless shelters and services and affordable housing being provided throughout the county in other locations, that is important, and I think that actually shows a better model for success.
A model the mayor hopes will reduce the number of people in shelters and using city streets as a place to call home.
Coulee Cap is conducting its next point-in-time count overnight tonight, beginning at 3:30 in the morning. This count will tell the community if the number of homeless people in our area is continuing to grow.
Now, we took an in-depth look at the problem. Are there any ideas being floated around there as far as solutions go to this problem?
That's the big question. So the mayor and Coulee Cap, they're both saying that affordable housing is key to help solve this problem. The mayor says that the city has already started work on this effort. However, he's saying that more does need to be done, and he's hoping that surrounding communities will help him out.
It'll be interesting to see what these next numbers show overnight.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Lisa.